All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here today and for your patience. Want to thank specifically the team members behind me. I'll introduce them. Several of them will speak in the next few minutes about the topic, of course, that brings us all together here today. But I want to thank specifically and directly the collaboration that the City of Rochester Hills has with the Rochester Community Schools, led by Dr. Shaner. Dr. Shaner, thank you for your partnership. Events like this sometimes happen, and it's great to have a partner and a friend to be able to handle difficult situations. Also joined today up here by Dr. Jeff Raymond, who I'll introduce in just a moment. Alan Schneck, who's the Director of the Department of Public Services for the City of Rochester Hills, and Tracy Balint, who is the Public Utilities Engineer for the City of Rochester Hills. Well, we are here today to talk about the results that have just come back in the last half hour from the 8 water samples that were taken at Adams High School and at Van Hoosen Middle School yesterday. These 8 samples were taken, 5 from Van Hoosen, 3 from Adams High School, all from different locations within those particular buildings, including the exact science laboratory and room at Van Hoosen where the initial tests were taken. We're pleased to report that all of the results show that mercury was not detected in any of the samples, and the methods used to conduct these tests were done specifically for testing for mercury. Rochester Hills water has been designated as certified safe. The testing was done by Paragon Laboratories, and a member of Paragon's leadership team is here with us today. I'd like to introduce Dr. Jeff Raymond. Dr. Raymond is the Vice President of Operations at Paragon Laboratories. We appreciate him coming in on his day off today. Dr. Raymond holds a PhD in engineering from the University of Michigan. He also holds master's degrees in physical chemistry and bachelor's degrees in chemistry and physics, all from Central Michigan University. And he's going to provide some additional details about the testing that Paragon conducted. Dr. Raymond?
Hello, thanks for being with us today. Today we tested 8 different samples from 8 different locations in the 2 buildings. All of them returned a result of non-detect for mercury. The methods we used are specifically certified by the state of Michigan and the EPA for use detecting mercury and mercury alone. The methods utilized by Arizona State are not certified for the reporting of mercury results for drinking water samples. In addition to that, they were performed utilizing methods that scan for all metals, and it is more of a screening test than a quantification test. In addition to that, the samples from the initial round sent out to Arizona State University were not collected in a controlled environment by a certified laboratory. Routinely, we do thousands of samples a week of Michigan's drinking and wastewater, and this is sort of what we're good at. We've been in business doing this for 20 years, and we've been able to maintain our drinking water certification during the entirety of that time. To give you a sense of how sensitive our testing is, in this particular case, we were able to confirm that the amount of material was at least 10 times lower than the parts per billion limit that is given by the state of Michigan and the federal government. In addition to that, when you look at the requirements for sampling of these test results, I would estimate that 99.5% of the instances when you get a false high result is due to sampling error. Not having directed the sampling of the initial results for the science classroom, I cannot say what occurred at that point. However, I can say that when things go wrong with these types of tests, and these tests are performed by a non-accredited institution, by non-accredited staff, routinely it is handling that is the issue.
You want to talk about the way you tested in triplicate?
Oh. We did not just test these samples, one shot and done. Our test has 7 different QC checkpoints. All of our results are reviewed 3 times by knowledgeable experts, In addition to that, the samples were split into triplicate and then analyzed individually and then analyzed in triplicate again. So in total, we had 81 testing events across these samples, resulting in no mercury detected.
Separately, I should also note that, that the city, as I've mentioned in several interviews with the media, is consistently doing tests outside of these particular tests to routinely maintain the sanctity of our water systems. Those are done oftentimes in conjunction with Great Lakes Water Authority, and those are often performed at the entry points into our water distribution system. At this point, I'd like to ask Dr. Shaner to come forward and make an announcement regarding the schools.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, the safety and security of our students is always our utmost task, most important thing near and dear to our heart. And in this circumstance, what we were able to do in the last 48 hours would not have been possible without Mayor Barnett's team and their collaboration and cooperation, so I want to thank them personally from the entire school district. I also like to thank Oakland University for their cooperation in providing our seniors from Adams High School a place to take their exams today. Collaboration like this is of paramount importance in our community, and we greatly appreciate it. As for the news that every student is out there waiting to hear, yes, ladies and gentlemen, there will be school tomorrow at Van Hoosen and Adams High School, and there'll be an email coming out particularly to tell the seniors when their exams will be offered to them. All kidding aside, this is a great inconvenience, and we apologize for any inconvenience this might have caused our community, but we thought it was very important to maintain and ensure the safety of our students. Also, you may be wondering how this happened with our students, and as you know, school is a learning environment, and young scientists sometimes learn from failures, so we'll be working with them to, and hopefully with Paragon, to teach them a little bit more about water sampling. Thank you.
Well, I just want to, again, thank our team here at the City of Rochester Hills. Tracy was actually the one that went out and performed and collected those samples. Our team actually drove down to Livonia, understanding how anxious our residents were to get good and verifiable information. I'm extremely pleased to report that, as indicated by Dr. Raymond, that the situation here for Rochester Hills Water is absolutely safe, and that school is back in session. I want to thank the residents for their patience. We've received lots of phone calls, and we will make sure that we do our best to disseminate this positive information as quickly as possible. We are releasing at the conclusion of this press conference a statement from Dr. Shaner and myself with the inclusion of these remarks. We're also putting on our website, and have for all the media and attention here, a full copy of the Paragon report. If that makes sense to you, great. It doesn't to me, but I trust what they're saying, and I'm very happy with the results. This was a team effort. Obviously, none of us had this on our radar over the last 24 or 36 hours, but we've got great people working at the City of Rochester Hills and at the Community School District. And we know, in light of some of the water issues in Southeast Michigan as of late, that water quality is of the utmost importance for our residents, and that's why we made it the utmost importance here over the last 36 hours. Thank you very much for your attention. This concludes the press conference, and individual members of this group will be available for questions at the immediate conclusion of this conference. Thank you.